Day 5 here on the Foothills Trail. We're packed up, ready to hit the trail. Got about 11 miles, 11 and a half miles ahead of us today. Good night. It was got really chilly again last night. Condensation, a lot of condensation in the tent, but we've been able to keep it pretty dry by just taking it out at lunch and letting it sit out in the sun and in the breeze. So anyway, feeling pretty good. Past the halfway mark. We got about 33 miles left on this trail, and we'll be finished. We'll be finished early Friday. I would think, sometime middle of the day Friday. All right, we're out, and I'll catch you. I think we got some pretty good sights along. Probably should have some more falls and stuff today. So we'll check in as we go. Alrighty. All right, so we reached this point here about half mile into our hike today, where we'll be entering Gorges State Park, North Carolina State Park. Cecilia's hoping we'll pass close to some of the park's amenities. I doubt that we will.
Me too.
Great views down the power line. Yeah, Hector's hoping we'll reach some amenities. A privy, most importantly. All right, let's do this. All right, we're still making our way through Gorges State Park. To quote Shug in his video on the Foothills Trail, it is gorgeous. But yeah, this is a beautiful area. All right, we're gonna pick up a little bit of trash on the trail. Cecilia brought along that green sack hanging out the side of her pack to pick up trash as we found it. Now, this has been a remarkably clean trail. However, we do find some from time to time, and Cecilia's doing her spring break service project by picking up trash on the Foothills Trail. Wow.
First sign of wildlife we've seen. Hey, no. No, Jack.
He doesn't even see it on the thing.
He doesn't see it. Stop.
Right, not sure what we're looking at here, but it sure is pretty. Maybe we'll get a better idea once we move on a little bit. All right, so just wrapping up our lunch break here along the Toxaway River, and the tent has been pretty much soaking wet every morning from the condensation. So during lunch, it's the time to dry things out, and a few minutes in, the wind and sun and everything is just back to normal again. So something to think about when you're on the trail and you get hit with condensation. For us, it's been especially bad since 2 of us have been breathing in the tent each night. So anyway, we'll catch up against that. All right, guys, well, I hope you can hear me. The sound of water is pretty loud, but this is the Toxaway River suspension bridge at about 48.6, if I'm not mistaken. Go, baby, go. Mile 48.6, I believe, or 46.8, can't remember. No, 48.6. So it's a pretty cool suspension bridge. Nice and bouncy. We just had lunch about a quarter of a mile downriver. Cool place to just jump in and slide. The river really isn't fast moving once you get beyond these rapids right here. All right, we'll keep going. Along with lots of water, another thing you can count on the Foothills Trail. Lots of steps, and when you see steps, read steep. Lots of steps. I think we have quite a few steps in our future today before we get to camp, and we're about 5 miles from camp. All right, here we go. All right, so we're on the last 1.3 miles to our campsite tonight. Man, let me tell you, come out here to do the Foothills Trail and you haven't been out here before, you might come out here underestimating it a little bit like I have. But I'm going to tell you, it'll smack you in the face right away. The climbing today was just tough. They weren't the longest climbs, but boy were they steep. And just, you know, they seemingly went on forever because they were so steep. But we've come to the end of those, I think, mostly for the day. I think most of the rest of today, for the rest of the mile and 1.3, 1.5 miles, should be downhill. Should get there at a reasonable time. If there's plenty of daylight left when we get there, I'll show you around the campsite a little bit. I've been told it's a really pretty place, so we'll check in when we get there. See you later. All right, so I feel like we should be getting to the campsite pretty soon here. Let's see. Boat access, 0.3 down. Lake Jocassee and Foothills Trail. Let's see, I'm gonna try to figure this out, and we'll be back with you here in a minute. So on the way to our campsite for tonight, Laurel Creek Falls. Pretty special. All right, well, not sure how much you can see of that. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit. But that's absolutely stunning. The boat access near where we'll be camping tonight. See the falls right across the lake there. Not sure if this is Lake Jocassee or what, but I'll find out, let you know later. But that right there is just unbelievable. All right, well, I've been saying it nonstop, but boy, the Foothills Trail is beautiful. What do you think, Cecilia?
It is very beautiful, except for when your legs are burning up on the stairs going up.
Yeah, there are steep climbing, lots of steep climbing today. All right, but that's a good way to end the day right there. All right, let's go find our camp spot. All right, so if you're going eastbound and you're staying at Laurel Fork Falls, I believe it's called, do not turn into the boat access. That is not the camping area, so we just added 0.6 to our hike here at the end of the day, but no sweat because it was, as you saw, just a phenomenal view, just a beautiful spot. So anyway, we're hopefully headed to the right place. See you when we... This is what we were just looking at from across the lake. Unbelievable. All right, I smell campfire, so we've got to be pretty close. All right, when you get to about here, there's a sign here for camping area. You're gonna take a right off the Foothills Trail, come over this suspension bridge, and from across the way it looked like a pretty large camping area, but we'll see it here in about 10 seconds. There we go. All right, so not sure how much more we'll see you tonight. We're gonna get set up, so this might be it for tonight. Probably won't do any more check-ins, but we'll see you in the morning. Peace out. All right, well, good morning. Day 5, the penultimate day. Day 5? No. Day 6. Day 6 of the Foothills Trail Thru-Hike. We stayed here at Laurel Fork Falls. Man, it's just a beautiful campsite. There were quite a few, well, I don't want to, for this trail there were quite a few. There were probably 1, 2, 3, 5 others here last night. But a good night. It was not as cold as it has been the last few nights. We got a long day ahead of us today. Looks like most of the day is climbing. We will end the day at the top of Sassafras Mountain and then just a short hike down to the camp. Sassafras will be the high point in South Carolina and on the trail. So we'll see how it goes. We're hoping for a long, it looks like this first climb is 1,200 feet over 6 miles. So it shouldn't be bad as long as it's spread out, but we'll see. What I've come to learn here on the Foothills Trail is most of the climbing is straight up, and then you get some flat or downhill. So we'll just have to see how that works out for us. But either way, we're within 22 miles of the finish, and we're going to do this. All right, check in a few. All right, so we just stopped for lunch at Virginia Hawkins campsite, which is named for Virginia Hawkins Falls. I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second and show you. But man, I said it before, I'll say it again. If you like water features and falls, might as well. We're here hiking along creeks, and this is the trail for you. Come and do it right away, because there's just, I bet we've spent 90% of this hike within the sound of rushing water. So. So this is much of what we've been doing since lunch. It's kind of a long, steady, gradual climb out of Laurel Creek Valley, I believe. Yeah, so it's been a long, steady climb. There have been a few small, steep sections with steps, but for the most part, this is what it's looked like. So we're going to keep pushing. We got Sassafras and our Sassafras Mountain high point in South Carolina in our future for today. Not sure if we'll get there before dark, but we're holding out hope. All right, check in again later. All right, so for the first time this week, we've had to stop and put the rain pack covers on and rain gear. Started sprinkle a little bit. I wasn't too worried about it, except that it's still kind of chilly out, so didn't want to combine those two. It's actually kind of lulled a little bit right now. It's just a really light sprinkle, so we'll just see how it plays out here for the rest of the day. Hoping we'll be okay. It doesn't look terrible, but it's certainly been overcast all day. We're probably about midway through the day, and almost certainly night hiking tonight, so would rather not do that in a downpour. So we'll see how it goes. Check in again in a little bit. All right, well, we're about halfway up to the summit of Sassafras. It is tough climbing. Stopped here for a little break on this rock outcrop. I don't know if you can see, the sun's right behind me, so I'm not sure you can see Cecilia in there. But just a beautiful view up here. Nice place to stop up. I'll tell you what, man, as soon as you stop, it really is cold up here. So anyway, we're gonna keep pushing on here in a few minutes. See you soon.
So that means we're not
okay, so all that work, and it looks like we're gonna have to detour around the summit according to this sign. I guess there's construction still going on. I heard about the construction, but I was hoping it would be done. So we're gonna take this road, join the paved road to where we rejoin the trail somewhere down there. Looks like the Foothills Trail is closed for the next 3/4 of a mile. We'll see where that takes us. We're out. All right, well, good morning on day 7, final day of the Foothills Trail Thru-Hike. We are at the John Cantrell campsite, old homestead campsite. You can see the remains of the chimney behind me there. Got here, I was really surprised not to find anyone here last night, but we got in really late, probably 9 o'clock or later. But this is the campsite right over, right after you come off the summit of Sassafras. As you'll remember, mentioned before, we were unable to summit Sassafras. The trail was closed for 3/4 of a mile. I guess they're doing some construction up there on the tower. But we're trying to get an early start here. No breakfast this morning, just hitting the road with snacks and trying to pound out this last 8 miles. So this will be our earliest start, and I think we shouldn't have a difficult time finishing this thing out in pretty quick fashion. So I guess I'll see you back there. Filtering water. Water source is right behind me here, about 200 feet down the hill. It's really the first time we've slept. It is the first time we've slept on this trail without the sound of running water, and we are at a much higher elevation sleeping than we have any of the previous nights, which means it got a lot colder last night and is a lot colder this morning. So we're going to get moving here as quickly as we can, and once we get going, I'll check in. All right, here we go. Let's finish this thing out. All right, well, we're underway on this final day. Come out of the campsite at John Cantrell home site and straight into the green tunnel. So the deal today is about 8 miles, 8.5 miles. Have a couple of ascents. I don't think they're going to be too bad, but we'll see when we get there. And then the finishing straightaway, or the finishing last several miles should be relatively downhill most of the way. All right, we're out. All right, so we're making our way inside of 5 miles to go, I think. We came across this beautiful boulder field, man. Look at this. It's crazy. Massive rock face up there on the side of the mountain. I don't know why you can see that through the trees, but it's pretty impressive. All right, well, we're gonna push on. Check in a few. All right, we're climbing Pinnacle Mountain. Last climb of the trip, and this is what we're looking at. Pretty amazing. All right, here we go. All right, well, we made it to Bald Knob, elevation 2849. We'll show you what we're looking at. This is probably the most epic view. No, is the most epic view of the long trail here in the last, and then we're just have probably 3 miles to go to get to the end, 3 or 4 miles. So let me show you what I'm looking at. Sorry, Cheese had just corrected me. I mentioned the long trail. This is actually obviously the Foothills Trail. Sorry about that. Table Rock over here to the left. Pretty amazing. All right, inside 2.5 miles to go. Pretty cool waterfall here coming off this ledge. See the rainbow, Cecilia? Yeah. All right, down to 1 mile to go. Pound out this last mile. Find something to eat. That's all I've been thinking about all day. It's been a nice, easy hike down from the summit. Just a little steep descent a couple times, but for the most part, kind of like this. All right, we'll see you at the southern, or I guess eastern terminus. All right, well, we're just a few steps away from the end of this Foothills Trail Thru-Hike. Man, it's been an awesome six and a half days of hiking. Challenging, beautiful. If you haven't thought about getting out on the Foothill Trail, I highly recommend it. If you've been thinking about it, man, this is the time of the year to do it. Find a week where the forecast is showing very little rain, and you won't be sorry. But that's going to be it. Remember, as always, if you subscribe to the channel, man, I certainly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the content. If you're not a subscriber, think about subscribing. Click that subscribe button, and please give the video a like if you liked it. And until next time, it's Felice Outdoors.